So we officially have what is the DAIMA confirmation. You could say this blue and I guess like pinkish sort of magenta color palette interlocking is either a reference to the fight between Goma and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, where they're sort of blue and pink respectively. They're sort of like in a dark field, blue and pink, black background. Or you could also say that this is the DNA helix slash the awakening, which happens after Goku is awoken from his near death. You could say either of those things, but because you come to this video, because you clicked on this video looking at the title, because you understand that things may not be what they seem, I'm sure you're wondering what the hell this video is actually about if we sort of all get that it's DAIMA. Well, I'm going to open up something I made a while ago. It was actually in regards to the 10th anniversary, where I said that Dragon Ball Legends and Dokkan Battle sort of mirror one another's celebrations to some extent. Not every time, but if you look at the history of both games, they do overlap in what they choose for Legends Fest and for Anniversary. And you might be saying, no duh, but I would say that it's usually within pretty close proximity of one another. So what does your mind go to when you see this blue and pink? I think it's a little more obvious than we could give it possible credit for. So let's hop over there. So as I always say, you don't have to believe me. I'm just positing this as a possibility because there are a few things that sort of align if it does come to pass, but please just take this video as just having fun. This is not me saying that this is it 100%. This is not me saying that, oh my god, they just leaked it. I'm just having a bit of fun here because there are sort of multiple celebrations that are lined up if we decide for them to be there. But people often say that, oh, Dokkan needs EZAs to do this, Dokkan needs EZAs to do that. Let's be honest, Dokkan doesn't need EZAs to do anything. They're going to do whatever they want. But the one thing we know they're going to do is pick hype characters. So real quick, who do you see on this list that's making a lot of sense right now? If it happens to be this guy, I mean, you're seeing this guy, you're seeing this guy, right? You can see the blues here. If they decide to pull it in that direction, they decide to make it a realm of gods. Don't forget that most of the countdown were realm of gods characters, right? It would be very funny, would it not, if we made all of this fuss about DAIMA, and instead of DAIMA, we actually got Legends Fest from 2024. And again, you can say they don't do this, but I promise you, I made a video going over every anniversary between Dokkan and Legends, and you would be shocked how often that on the same or following year, they copy each other one for one. You would be stunned how often it is that Legends Fest and in both the anniversaries of each game completely copy each other one to one. It would just be funny, right? It would kind of, guys, listen, wouldn't it be really funny if we all got in one another's faces talking about DAIMA this, DAIMA that, Namek this, Namek that, all for them to actually tease Vegito Blue and Goku Black. After years of terrible Goku Black releases, would it not be kind of funny if they took the initiative and finally released an anniversary quality Goku Black? Would it just not tickle you a tiny bit? I think it would. I think it would, honestly. And I guess this comes to another point, which is just that we did sort of get the Vegito Blue character before, but one of the big things was that he is not a standalone Vegito unit, right? He was the Bluesians. Or rather, the blue fusions from that started as Goku and Vegeta. I just want to quickly see, I mean, what are people saying, right? How are we feeling? How is the world feeling? Just really quick. The DNA, so yeah. The pink is either Kid Buu or Rose. The blue is either Goku or Vegito. I don't think so. I don't think we're getting Kid Buu, sadly. Or it could be Daima and someone else. I don't know. I just want LR Kid Buu so bad. Yeah, that's it. Being Kid Buu's cope genuinely is not Daima. I mean, it's probably Daima. Yeah, here's that bit I talked about before. The helix or the transformation segment itself. I'm pretty sure, and this confirms it's a mini. Yeah, again, I remember when Frieza attacked New York City. We've got Mini and Daima and Goma here, which is the most obvious case for this celebration, I think. I'm still kind of in the camp of I hope they do 6. They could do 4 LRs. I think Dokkan's been dead enough that if we got 6 LRs, it would sort of be warranted. I don't know how many more celebrations we could go without some big shakeup. We do actually, I know a lot of people will think that like people don't want power creep to like scale the game too fast. The thing is, Dokkan has essentially not moved at fucking all since Vegito. It hasn't moved even slightly. It hasn't even been close. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably the least Dokkan has moved ever. Like, it is completely stuck. I can't think of anything else. This could be but Daima. I'm guessing Super Saiyan 3 Goku Mini, the transfer into Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini. Yeah, I'm sort of seeing that myself. In that case, they could save adult Super Saiyan 4 for anniversary, I guess, but it seems weird to keep him off. Maybe they could do Tanabata, because again, Tanabata got moved. This is sort of in the same space as the worldwide or the global anniversary / Tanabata would be. So certainly they could be doing a mini here. Tanabata later is adult Goku. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted to talk about this. How would you guys feel if after all of this talk, after all of this chat, and can we find them quickly? After all of this talk, after all of this chat, we were all so set. It's gonna be, yeah, here he is. It's gonna be, of course it's gonna be Daima. And it actually turned out to be Vegito and Goku Black. Could you imagine the upstart, the uprising of complaining that would come from I mean, would there even be? People love Vegito and people love Goku Black. And just talking EZA wise, I mean, Battle of Fate makes sense. Earthbred Fighters makes sense. Zamasu's here. Vegito and Trunks are here. If you consider this as just a Daima celebration, the EZAs don't add up really. I guess you could do into Gogeta 4 obviously, but then after that it's just like a mess. Could you fathom? But what would the two-parter be if it was that? I guess you could do these two into, you know, I don't know. Actually, wait. Who was the release after this? Was it literally this Goku and then this mini? I don't know. Interesting. Very, very interesting, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to pose this as a possibility because there's just something so uniquely amusing about Dokkan doing the thing where they're like, okay, we got a home run here. We're going to do this no matter what. It's completely safe, guys. It's safe. And imagine they drop this hint all for it to be something else. Yeah, someone posted here they could be, this is almost never, no way, right? This is pretty funny. Yeah, copy Vegeta. Yeah, I bet it's copy Vegeta, right? Dokkan, it certainly has to be, right? It's just, yeah, there's this makes the most sense as well. I think it still is Daima. This makes sense. The color coordination here just adds up so well, but I don't know. There's something about it. There's enough people saying Goku Blue Rose, Black Rose versus Vegeta Blue. Any more here? Yeah, it's Daima. I think so as well. It might be another mobile game, but it's time for the redemption arc. Yeah. Rose, Vegeta Blue. Do you see how many people are actually saying like Vegeta Blue, Rose? Like, it's one of those that I think it's obvious, but it's curious enough for enough people. And again, we have enough history. We do have history. This is not me lying. I am not capping. I have done the research. We have a history of Dragon Ball Legends and Dokkan Battle copying each other, word for word, bar for bar. It's not that like every single it's not that like they'll put out 2 characters and then the part 2 will be the exact same thing, but one of those parts will literally be bar for bar. They've done this for years. You can say I don't believe you. Go look it up. The GT Duo come out, GT Duo come out. Bomb Duo come out, Bomb Duo come out. You know what I mean? Broly, Broly. Beast, Beast. Like, again, there's only so many hype characters to pull from. But with the fact that there are 2 big-time EZAs here, it would be very interesting. And by the way, I think it could be both. I think they could do a sort of fused Battle of Fate / join forces. Because one thing about the Goma fight and then the Goku Black arc is that it's essentially just them jumping the villain. Like, they very rarely do we get a lot of scenes of like the 2 strongest fighters jumping the villain. I think of it with like Jiren. Jiren's another one where they jump his ass. So I think they could do like a join forces thing, and then they put out 2 really strong, like a Goma DFE and then like a Goku Black Carnival or something. They could easily do that, Worldwide Chaos. But it is just fun. Like I said, it is just funny to imagine a world where they somehow have like evaded dropping DAIMA for this long, and then at the celebration where we're sure that it's going to be DAIMA, they just like pull it. A monster just pulls that little smirk, doesn't he? He pulls that little smirk and goes, "Ha ha, I got you again." But with all that being said, like I said, fun video here. Nothing too major. Like if you like the video, starting with the club, we'll go make it, and peace.